Hi, my name is Steve Schwetz. I'm the managing broker for Mesa Properties, and the title of this video is it time to say goodbye? Or when is it time to say goodbye? I guess I should figure out what my title is before I start. But anyway, my point is, here's a scenario. You have a tenant in a property, you signed a 1-year lease with them. Maybe they've been there, you've renewed them a couple times, you've given them some rent increases, or maybe not. Maybe this is in the first year. And they want to continue to rent your property, but you're not sure you want to continue to rent the property. And here are some situations where I think you should really consider not renewing a tenant on a lease. The number one thing is if they've been a problem tenant. Are they difficult in paying the rent on time? Are they always giving you promises to pay? Are you collecting rent multiple times throughout the month? Even if they pay their late fees, it just becomes a hassle for them to do that. Second situation is, are they what I would call a white glove inspector? They want everything to work all the time perfectly, and they treat you like a hotel concierge, where if a light bulb goes out, they're calling you saying, I need a new light bulb. No, you got to get your own light bulb, your own toothpaste, and your own toilet paper. You cannot call us for those things. And we've had people call us, not for the toothpaste, but for just about everything else. And some of that happens because expectations weren't set on the on the front end, but also sometimes, like relationships, you deal with somebody for a period of time and it's like, this is just not working out. It's more hassle than it's worth. That's a good time to say goodbye. Another time when it's good to say goodbye is hopefully you, or if you have a good property manager like Mesa Properties, they're doing a 6-month inspection. So a lease is 12 months long, 6 months in, we're gonna come in and do a safety inspection. And we're looking for water leaks, electrical issues, habitability issues that we're concerned about, because we want a good, safe environment for our tenants. But we're also making sure that they're living up to the terms of the lease. So if we place a tenant with, 2 people, husband and wife, or boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, a couple living together with 1 or 2 children and 1 dog, and we come in there and we find that there's 5 people living in the house and multiple dogs, those types of things, and they're in the house and they're really committing waste on the property. They are running that property into the ground. That's, even if they're paying rent on time, even if they're not putting up a lot of work orders, the thing that we found is after 2 or 3 years of a tenant like that, you're going to have a rehab on your property that is going to way over exceed what you would have spent just not renewing that tenant after 1 year and starting again and trying to get a better tenant in. That's a really hard judgment call to make as well, because you can't always figure out who's going to be exceptionally hard on your property. We get some tenants that are pretty indignant when they actually are asked to leave at the end of a lease. They think they have some type of a right. And even some landlords think, well, what are my rights? If you've got a lease, a lease or a month-to-month tenancy, your obligation within the first year, you're locked in on the lease, and after that, you need to give them a 60-day notice if you go into year 2. But if you're within the first year and you're on a month-to-month, it's a 30-day notice. So you can say goodbye, they can also say goodbye at any time. But again, if your tenant is hard on the property, it's tough to collect rent. If you're just having to spend too much time thinking about your property because of your tenant, that's a great time to say goodbye. So if you want more advice, or better yet, if you want us to manage your property, go to mesaproperties.net or just give us a call. We'd be happy to help you out.